Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the scheduled program for a quick little announcement. So, this little mukbang advice video was an hour long. And so, because of that, I'll bring it up into a series of individual 15-minute videos. I think it might only come to like 4 of those or so, kind of just gauging based off the footage itself. The footage itself broke it up for me, so all I gotta do is go in and kind of clip it together and clip it around and know what happens. So you're gonna see every time the video is done for the day or when it hits that little mark, you will see this clip. You will see my beautiful face, and you will see me saying, of course, what I'm saying now, which is, if you want to see the rest, please tune in for the next video. So, sorry for any inconvenience, and I hope you guys enjoy all of it. With that being said, I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye. That's not 2 cents. These questions are weird. So the third question that was given to me, because the rest of these are ones I came up with them on. Oh no. It ain't you. They lids suck. Like Taco Bell's lids suck, because every time I get a drink from there, it spills on me because of the lid. But regardless. The second question that was given to me was, how do you advise people to handle rough patches?
Okay, so I was sitting here thinking, right, and I thought I answered the number 2 question really bad. So I'm gonna combine 2 and 3 because really this is how you develop faith in relationships. You have to build a foundation. Okay, you build a foundation. That foundation is built on whatever the principles for your relationship are, right? You should be building on faith, trust, faith, and love. If you built the foundation correctly, even if cracks appear, you fill those cracks and you discuss whatever the issue is, because that's the crack. The crack that appears is the issue. You deal with that issue, not deal with it sweeping under the rug, but like really deal with it. Talk it out. Say, how can we not come back to this again? Whatever I did to offend you or hurt you, I apologize for it. Let me know what I did so that I can correct that behavior. And I know that in the moment you may not be that calm to talk about it, but sometimes you may have to step back and say, you know what, give me a minute, let me gather myself, and then we're going to come back together and we're going to discuss this and figure it out, okay? So if you build a good foundation, then you'll have the trust that'll help you develop your faith in your relationship. And then that will also, most importantly, assist you with getting through the rough patches. Remember your why. Why do I love you? Why, because that should always bring you back. Whatever that why is, why you're in the relationship, why I love you. Not because I'm in a relationship because it can give me something per se, like anything materialistic or anything like that, but because you love this person. You can't see yourself without this person. Not in a stalkerish type of way, but in a, this is my forever person type way. And I don't know what type of relationships these individuals are in, because I know, not just with young people, with older people, they date someone for 5-10 years, they break up, and then they move on to, and don't go back to that person. So I don't know where they are in their relationships, but for a solid foundation type relationship where you're talking about maybe I'm dating going into marriage, or even if you're just dating for a length of time and then you break up, but the basis of a good relationship is the foundation. Even with a parental relationship or brother and sister, it's the foundation that keeps it together. So how do you, Lord, advice what I give people for handling rough patches? What foundation did you build at the beginning of the relationship? If you built a solid foundation built on trust, love, and respect. Did I say that before? I didn't say respect before, did I? But respect is a big key. But trust, love, and respect, faith in each other, then that's what's going to get you through the rough patches, because you have something to go back to. And like I said, you discuss, you say, hey, this happened. We're going to talk about why it happened, and we're going to deal with why it happened, and we're going to promise each other that we're not going to go back there again. We're going to move forward from it, learn from the situation, and not go back there again. Is that good? Good. Okay.
Good for this. And of course, part of my 2 cents and all these are always examples that give you something to think about. For me and Will, part of we don't go through rough patches in the sense that most people would probably think. But we have mostly argue. And if you are personally, know me personally. Oh. Yeah, this is me. The women in my family eat what I chest a lot. As you can see, we're kind of well endowed, so it kind of happens. We can't really help it, but we go through a lot of rough patches, and a lot of times we don't core the fact that we know we need to walk away. We know we need to walk away, talk after we calm down, but we don't. we sit there and argue like idiots, and then 20 minutes later but then we say we're sorry, our sorries, and then talk it out. A lot of times the problem comes from the fact that our foundation was built on the fact on a lot of not mistrust, but I'll say on my part a lot of disrespect. I am quick to snap, and that happened a lot. We first started going out. We didn't really care much about it, but that was the foundation that was built. We first started going out. He made it seem like it was okay that I was quick to snap, so now I just do it. And I know I probably shouldn't, but it's kind of hard to break something when for the past year that's been your norm. The past year you've been made to seem like your reaction is okay, but then now it's a year's gone by. It's almost 6 months, almost 6 months to make it half to a year and a half, and now you're being told, no, I don't want you to snap it off. Calm down and talk about it. So you have to build those norms early on, otherwise you'll be in a situation where now when you and your person try to talk, y'all snap each other more than you talk to each other. This is my 2 cents. So these last 3 were ones I kind of pulled out myself. Not because I really question it, but most because of the fact I want to know. God knows it. But so the 4th question is, what is the role of religion in your relationship? Like particularly your relationship.
Okay. So one thing that Taylor was saying about snapping off and all that. The golden rule is, right, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So in the Bible, Jesus gave 2 great commandments, and one of them was to love your neighbor as you love yourself, and to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. So that first one, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Your neighbor is anyone, right? That's your kids, let me go back. That's your husband, your wife, husband/wife, your significant other, your children, your family, your friends, and all the other people, right? So if you love your neighbor as you love yourself, would you snap off on yourself? Although sometimes, you may get to arguing with yourself. But would you snap off on yourself? How would you feel if it was the other way around? Again, no one is perfect. We all have fallen short. We've all done things that we wish we hadn't done, or that we wish we could take back, but we've done them. So you learn from them and you move on, and you try in earnest not to do them again. So the role of religion, I can't say religion, right? I will say the role of spirituality, the role of what role does God play in your relationship. So right now we're doing this week coming up, Wednesday, is our last week of a series of a Bible study we've been doing. It's actually on marriage. Excuse me. So I think in week 2 we talk about the priorities in your marriage. But this is just not just for people who are married, but people who are in relationship, period, who may be heading toward marriage, or for single people who are thinking about marriage. But your priorities should be God, then your spouse, then your children, and then everything else. If you keep God first in your relationship, then everything else should fall into place. And not just you keeping God first and then the other person keeping their money as their priority or whatever. But you as a couple keep God as a priority, because if you're both seeking God for guidance, not only individually but together, then trials will come. That's just how it works, right? Trials will come, but you've built that foundation. So you have that foundation to go back to and stand on. So it plays a very important role in our relationship And our hope and prayer is that as people come to know God, as people come to know Jesus as their Savior, that they will have that foundation as well to stand on. If you have not come to the place in your life where you believe in God, or where that's not your foundation, you still have a foundation to build. If you intend on having a relationship that's not perfect, because there's no perfect relationship as well as there's no perfect people, but a relationship that is tolerable, not just tolerable, but a relationship that is solid. That's the word I'm looking for. A solid relationship that can weather the storm. You have to build that foundation.
Okay. For me, and now these three were actually the reason these were structured was kind of talking about it from my standpoint personally, because these three were the personal ones for both of us. So, world religion for me, it's not, of course, it's not the same level with my parents. As if you have ever correlated my parents, excuse me, and you watch my videos, you know that my father is a pastor. You now know my mom's a pastor, and so I've grown up in a faithful world because my grandmother was a minister, parents are. So I've grown up around a lot of faith. So religion for me, more of a embedded thing than a thing I really learned in an outside way. And it's kind of a different look for my boyfriend because Will's come from a household where religion wasn't as always a stronger presence. They were the church with him, and the mom was kind of just was up to it, or if the aunt would let him go with him. And up till we started dating, he hadn't been to church in quite a few years. And then we started dating, and that's when he started going to church again. So now he goes to church every Sunday. So religion for me and relationship was kind of, it's a two-way street. Like for me, it's a thing of importance. For Will, it's more of a thing he just kind of, not necessarily dragged to, but kind of made to go to help out. But of course he does, as we've been together, thanks.
What? You said,
What?
You said he's made to go to.
No, I feel like it's like my Will helps out with service, and that's because he helps us pack the car up, unpack the car, set it up, and then he helps my mom by holding her phone during Facebook Live. He's not a pack mule. Don't get it twisted. He's not a pack mule. He does everything willingly, but yeah. Now, originally when we first started going, it was now by this point, faith in our relationship, when we first started going out, it was a process to kind of force him to come to church with me. Not necessarily force, but like just to make him kind of see what he hasn't been able to see for a long time. But now he gets up, he calls me like, "Hey, are we going to church? You need to get up." Like he calls me to make sure I get up and go to church. I'm like, excuse me, what you doing? I was going to see you. So faith has kind of helped him grow as a young man, and our relationship grow to where we are a little bit closer. We are a bit more cooperative. Like, yes, I did just say I snap off a little easier, but had it not been for religion and our faith in religion, and it's because God as a whole, we would have probably just kind of not talked for a couple of days after those arguments by this point. And that's just what religion is for me. It just kind of helps us feel stronger in our relationship and who we are as individuals.